Today's dining destination brings us to Nolensville, Tennessee at Martin's BBQ. So Gentry, you got the grilled cheese with macaroni. And here are my baked beans with the Brunswick stew. And of course that brisket burger that we have here as well. And so there you can see the barbecue sauce, the grilled onions, and of course there's that cheeseburger. They even toasted the bun. Take a look at that. Gentry's going in for that first bite of macaroni. How is it? I like how they bake the cheese on top. So I'm going to start with the Brunswick stew. There's lots of vegetables in here, and if you take a look, they also have barbecue in here as well. Good chunks of barbecue, if you can take a look. And you can tell it's going to be very hot. You can always tell when baked beans are good when they actually put big chunks of meat. And look at that big chunk of meat right there. And you can tell this is not out of a can and completely homemade. That is phenomenal. Ginger, tell us about the grilled cheese. How's the grilled cheese?
Really good.
Awesome. All right, here is my first bite into this brisket burger. Really got a good bite. The sauce is good. The onions have a good crisp. And the brisket on top just really makes it. So their signature sauce here is a classic West Tennessee style sweet molasses and tomato base. If you take a look, this burger has the absolute most perfect grilled chars on it. It is delicious. Look at that brisket right there. Well, folks, thanks so much for tagging along with us today at Martin's BBQ. Gentry, what did you think about the meal?
Grilled cheese was really good. It was cheesy, and I definitely liked the macaroni, but I didn't like macaroni because of the crispy part on top, but I did like the macaroni itself.
So you didn't like where the cheese was baked on top, but you actually liked the macaroni part. And I will say, that is some of the best Brunswick stew I have ever had. Now, there is a restaurant chain that's based out of Alabama called Rick's BBQ, and they do have a few up here in Tennessee. And prior to trying the Brunswick stew here at Martin's BBQ, formerly, that was my favorite Brunswick stew. But today, I think I have a new champion, and that is the Brunswick stew here at Martin's BBQ. The brisket sandwich is phenomenal. Now, prior to the spring of 2020, I used to do an extensive amount of traveling due to a business that I had that required me to do a lot of traveling. And everywhere I went, whether it be Texas or Missouri, there were certain parts of the country where they had their claim to fame of having the best barbecue. And I will say there is a place that is in Kansas City, Missouri called Joe's BBQ that is hands down my absolute favorite barbecue in the United States that I've tried so far. But within the top 5 best places I've also tried, Martin's BBQ's brisket sandwich is certainly on that top 5 list. So if you're ever here in Tennessee, there's actually a dozen locations throughout the country, but the first one was founded here in Nolensville back in 2006. The original location was here in Nolensville, even though this is the third variation and third brick and mortar restaurant here in Nolensville of Martin's BBQ. I highly recommend trying it if you're in the Nashville area or some of the other locations that you can find, and we put a link in the description below. And we can't wait for you to join us on the next episode of Every Day is Saturday.